Yeah, but Carolina, the Village is one of the many spots in the city that hosts celebrations. Pride, of course, is an annual and very popular celebration that is celebrated here in the city. So Councillor Cole was the person responsible for putting this summit together. He told me today that, as Lena just said, he was concerned going forward as a result of the tragedy that took place in Vancouver this past April. So he wanted to mitigate any risk of any mass casualties happening here during any of the large celebrations that we see quite often here in the city of Toronto. So he called this summit. The mayor was there, Councillor Carroll was there, there were community stakeholders, there were emergency responders there, and safety experts. And they discussed proactive plans going forward to mitigate that risk of anything major happening in the city. Now, we heard from the mayor after this summit, and we also spoke with a festival expert who specializes in security apparatuses that help safety zones when it comes to mitigating the chance of the people within those safety zones being injured. Here's more from the mayor and from this expert who was invited up here to Toronto from Connecticut by Councillor Cole. Let's listen to both.
And this summit, we learned a lot about best practices on how we could collectively buy insurance together, what are some of the mitigation effects, how we could work with the emergency services, and what kind of things we must do to make sure it's safe. But that all festivals will remain joyous, celebratory, and really celebrate the essence of Toronto.
What we're talking about here is hostile vehicle mitigation, and there are various means of mitigating the threat of a vehicle going into a crowd of people, whether that vehicle is operated by someone who simply loses control or someone who has bad intent. So what we've been talking about is the different means of mitigating the threat of a vehicle going into a crowd. There are things like barriers that will literally lift a vehicle off the ground, take its drive wheels off the ground, and that vehicle will stop.
Now, the mayor, Councillor Cole, and Councillor Carroll all acknowledge the high cost of security when it comes to policing these large festivals. Councillor Cole is hopeful and encouraging those who organize these large events to contact their MPPs and their MPs, because his expectation is that all levels of government should participate when it comes to the cost of putting these very important and very impressive cultural gatherings together. Send it back to you guys.
All right, Steve Ryan reporting live from the Village tonight. Steve, thanks so much for this.